Welcome back to the Motion Podcast. Today I'm here with Miles, and today we are talking about how to rebuild yourself after you've completed a goal or you feel like you failed at something. We personally struggle with this in our life where we complete something and we feel lost with direction and know where to go. So there you go. So a good example would be you with running, I would say. It's like, I think, not just you, but I think as humans, naturally, we anchor ourselves into what we do, and like we tie it to our like achievements, and when it's gone, we always look for the next thing instead of being grateful for I guess, like what we have. So explain, like.
Yeah, I can actually. So yesterday, this is a bit of story time, but literally yesterday, obviously most people know the business. If you do know the business side, it's not very good. So I was working basically all day on the business, and I pushed my workouts late at night because that's when I do them. And I pushed last night's workout too late, and I had a double session, and I didn't realize my high rock session was 60 minutes long. So I did a whole strength session, which was like an hour long, and then I did waiting straight into a high rock session. For those that don't know, high rocks is like extreme high level like of fatigue. When you're doing high rocks, your heart rate is sitting at like a 180 to like pretty much max heart rate for like a long time. So it puts a lot of stress on your body, and you need to be fueled up properly. So an example was like last night, which is, I guess most people can relate to it, but I'm 4 weeks out from high rocks, and I went to do my workout and I couldn't even fucking do it. Like I literally was that tired. It was like 12:30 at night, and I thought I'd just be able to willpower myself through it. And I went to go do the workout after my strength workout, and I pretty much failed on like the third round, and I pretty much had like 20 or 30 rounds to go, and I failed on my third one. So it's a big failure, and I like beat myself up hard about it, and I tie my worth completely to like how I perform in the gym, but then I don't put 100% into like the preparation for the gym, but then I get mad at myself if I don't perform. So I tie my identity and my self-worth a lot to like how I perform in my business and in my gym. And if I perform bad, then
It's a representation of you.
Yeah, and I tell myself that I'm a piece of shit and that I'm worthless and this is why I'm not going to make it. And I like talk to myself like that, which is kind of a strategic way to make myself do more, but it can like affect me like bad. So I guess that's a way that I struggle with it. And I also say when I finish my half marathon, I didn't even care that I finished my half marathon. All I cared about was doing high rocks.
Literally, as soon as you finished it, it was like, I'm doing high rocks now. And I was like mate, you literally just finished like an hour ago.
Not even. It was probably like 10 or 15.
No,
I said it to my coach.
Yeah, it was like an hour after because you were in the toilet shitting yourself.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it was about an hour after I said to my coach, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, now we do high rocks. And he's like, bro, you just need to like...
Chill out,
bro. And then I was like, no, I want to do high rocks now. And then I was like, kind of... Didn't even care that I just ran a half marathon. I was kind of like, all right, tick that box, next one. And
yeah.
I do that a lot. I guess that's what I wanted to talk about as well, because, yeah, I struggle with it.
Yeah, it's just, if it's always like if you're not chasing something,
or you're not working towards something, you feel lost as to what to do. Or like
you're falling behind with like what you're doing. But I guess like bodybuilding, when I did my show, it's like a different sort of loss because you've done something for like 8 months. When I was prepping and then I stopped doing it, I was kind of like, what now? And people kind of like, I guess, fall off and don't know what to do, and that's why they binge and they do all those things.
Did that happen to me?
Yeah, you were confused and didn't know what you were going to do.
Really? Mm-hmm. Was I bad?
No.
I can't really remember.
I don't know. You were a bit lost, but you wanted to run, but I don't know. You were going to prep for your half marathon, but you didn't really give yourself enough time still after prep because you were lost a bit, but you knew what you wanted to do.
I think I had a lot of other ambitions, but the way I was lost was because when you finish the prep, you're still so fatigued and you can't really do anything.
Not like that. I think because your whole life was that. And then when you stop doing it, you're like, well, I don't have the routine anymore and the structure.
Yeah.
So it's like...
bodybuilding is so fucking...
Yeah, it's a bit of different. But I think then like for me, coming out of it, I was more like, okay, now I can focus on my health. And then when I did the health stuff, I was like, well, I've got it. Now what? So like for me, that was also another thing. I was like doing all this to get my cycle back. And I was like, now I've got it. Like now what? But now I'm kind of like learning to realize it's not about chasing something all the time. It's like being okay and like doing the habits and maintaining that as well. I mean, like when motion takes off, you probably be like, now what?
No, I don't think I would, because I think I get fulfilled out of doing the work. I don't get fulfilled about
so it'd be
the
like just
destination.
maintaining that and
Yeah,
maintaining the
I think
rhythm.
the reason that you feel like that is because you thought that you would get fulfilled out of achieving the thing, but you don't actually get. I think this is what the main topic of this podcast is you don't actually get fulfillment out of achieving anything. So I know after my high rocks, I don't even give a fuck. But like, what I care about is like how fit I got during that period. It's actually like the process of doing it, not the day. Like the day, to be honest, is just kind of like, cool. It's actually the process that is actually what you like. So this is where a lot of people I think go wrong, and I've gone wrong. Is they want the end product so bad, but the end product isn't what makes you happy. It's actually like working towards that, not achieving that. Not like you achieve it and then your whole life's perfect and everything's perfect. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I think people feel lost, because they expect, say once they've done their show, they've been working towards something for so long and they've been like regimenting their routine for so long and then it's just gone.
But also that, and I feel like it gave them some sort of purpose temporarily.
Yeah.
But I feel like for motion, like you said, because your purpose is something bigger.
Yeah, it's not
about the end goal. It's about what you're doing. And I think
I have just as much fun now as I would if I was doing like 50k drops. Like maybe a little bit more fun because I could do cooler shit. But other than that, like it's still the same thing. It's still designing, then like marking a drop, selling out a drop.
Yeah, but see, like you're still doing those same habits as you would if you sold $1,000.
That's why to me it's like I'm not really,
because you're not changing anything. You're just doing the same habits but on a bigger scale.
Yeah, and that's how you stay consistent with stuff. But like that's a bit off topic. But like when you're chasing goals, number one, ask yourself, why are you chasing the goal? For me, chasing the half marathon, it was just to tick a box. So when I finished it, I didn't care. It gave me no sense of completion. It just gave me a sense of like, cool, that's done, next thing. Like, I think, and that's what, it can come in different ways. Like you said with prep, if you're so like processed, focused, and you have such a purpose on like, this day, I want to be this shredded on this day, this day, this day, this day. And then that day comes and it's gone. It's like you just spent 9 months leading up to this one day and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that can happen with like anything really. Like, you know, when you spend so long preparing for something and then that day's done, like it's like you are naturally going to feel lost, but it's okay to feel lost sometimes. You're not always going to know like what is next or what to do, but I don't know where I'm going.
But yeah, I guess like that can move on to the next thing. It's like what happens like after you've done it, or like maybe it's like, okay, it's going to feel uncomfortable for a little bit, but maybe like sitting with yourself and reflecting on the process and actually being grateful for what you just did and accomplished. Because if you can't reflect and you always chase the next thing, it's never going to be like,
never fulfill you.
Yeah, never going to fulfill you. And that's why people like, I guess like that's why gratitude is such a big part of being like, cool, I got to do that, and being like, cool, I did that.
Well, I get to do, like I get to run a brand. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to change, like you said, you have to change your mindset. Like I get to do this, or like I just did. Yeah, but I'm talking about
like when you've done it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like you've done it and now you have to like just maybe like reflect, because like lack of direction can cause like anxiety because you have no idea where you're going to go. But just being like, cool, like I've done it. Now I can just focus on the next thing, but not putting pressure on yourself to do the next thing. Like putting more pressure on yourself to move forward is going to actually probably push you back, because you're forcing yourself to do something different when you've just done something pretty big, like for a half marathon. Like you can't force yourself to do a high rocks like the next day. You know what I mean? Like that's it, high rocks now. It's like your body needs to recover from running like. But
it's also like you want to go straight into high rocks, and you almost get in this mindset of like you don't even want to prep, you just want to compete, you just want to compete, and it's like then you're kind of like, oh my god, 8 weeks until I can tick the next box, 8 weeks until and that's what the mindset I kind of get into sometimes, where I'm like, I just want to complete the day, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's, like I said, it's the process that's always good. And it's like, I don't know, I guess with your period in a different way, it happened to you. Like you like lost everything and you didn't know where you were going or what you were doing. And you went through all this shit to finally
Yeah.
get your period. But then it's so easy to get your period and be like, oh my God, am I going to get next month? Oh my God, next
Yeah.
month? Like, you know what I mean? You just start like stressing
Or
about
just like, what now? Like, I've got it. But then it's like, you get it and you're like, oh, I just slip on the habits, you know? Like, you're like, I've done it now, what's the point? Kind of thing.
yeah,
So
or you
it's-
forget about like where you came from or what
Yeah.
you did to get it.
like the little things like stack up over time. And it's like when you start to forget that, it can cause like a little bit of like anxiety, I guess. Or like you feel like you've kind of like lost like your purpose in a way, or like the spark or the edge to like keep going, because you're like, what's the point? Because I've done it.
Yeah, you don't see a goal
So,
anymore.
but like, because it's already done, but it's like, no, like health is different, I guess, because if you don't keep doing it, it'll like the anxiety will come back up. All the things that got you to where you were will come back up.
yeah,
So it's like a bit different in that way, where it's like, if you don't keep going with your health, especially with training, if you don't keep training, you're going to lose it. So it's like you get the certain physique, now you have to maintain it.
yeah,
So it's like the same thing with training and health. Like it's a bit different because you still have to maintain it or keep going without seeing any changes, which is why it's like focusing on how you feel instead of how you look, or focusing on the habits that make you feel good to keep going in that aspect.
So I think there's a few, like, I don't know, I guess there's a few reactions that like people have when they achieve goals. Like sometimes with me, it's like you're just straight into the next thing, or sometimes you achieve a goal and then you feel completely lost, or sometimes you achieve a goal and then you forget what actually got you there and you stop doing that.
Yeah.
So like examples of that could be like with the business, I achieved like say a 10K month and I'm like, oh yeah, and then you start relaxing and you start cruising, and then it's like the next month you do 9K and then the next month you do 8K, then 7K, and it starts slowly going down because you're not withstanding the habits that you put in
Yeah.
place to get there. So it's like, it's not about money, but that's just an example of
Yeah,
like,
but that's kind of like what I meant, like with training. Like if you don't keep doing it, you're going to lose it.
yeah.
So it's the same with like the momentum. If you stop the momentum and the habits of what you're building, it'll go away. But I think that's why people get lost, because they don't remember the reason why they wanted to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
They kind of forget like why but like you did it. I don't know, you're doing it for fulfillment. You're doing it because it's like what you want to do. And like, I forget why for my health as well. Like I forget why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I don't want to go back to where I was.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting that I don't want to live how I used to. So it's like, you have to keep remembering your values, and if you remembering why you're doing things. And when you reach a certain goal, don't just do another goal to distract yourself, but like do it out of like, you want to be fulfilled and you want to do it because you have good reasons why to do it. Because if you don't, you'll complete it and not feel satisfied.
And you'll just feel like I just did that for no reason.
Yeah. No,
And
what's the point?
Yeah, like there's no point.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm very much like that right now, I guess, with like, obviously like my athletic stuff. Like I don't even know why I'm doing high rocks. I'm just doing it because it's hard, to be honest. That's why I'm doing it. But like, I'm also not doing it like I'm doing the half marathon where I did it to like, I don't know why I did the half. I think I just did it to almost just to do it to like move away from bodybuilding. Like that was my whole reason. I was like, I want to be away from bodybuilding. I don't want to do that anymore. Like I'm going to do this. And I also was like pretty like after prep, like weird with my body. So it was like kind of good knowing I'm running like fucking 30K weeks and I can kind of eat out and stuff. Like it kind of was a few reasons why I did it. And then I finished it and then it kind of like, I was like, what the fuck? Well, I need to do another endurance thing because if I don't, then I can't withstand this lifestyle that I've been doing or the way that people portray me, because I've done bodybuilding prep, half marathon. Now I need something else. Otherwise I'm not good enough. So yeah, that was a bit of a ramble about, I guess, my goals and stuff like that. But I want to ask Marzi, because one thing that like a lot of people were talking about before is like tying identity to like something. So like Malia used to tie your identity to like how you look when you're in school and stuff like that, like a lot. And then it's like, how does it feel when you get away from that?
It doesn't always go away, because there'll be days where, you know, you start to, it's never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I still like think about it, but like it's only like you can be more aware of it.
But you only think about the good stuff. Sometimes I think when you look back at like maybe like Malia when she had like freaking shredded legs and shit all the time, like she'll look back at that and be like, I want to look like that again. But it's like when you look at how you felt and what your health was like then, you don't want to look like that.
No, I know. But like some days, like you're just like, I don't care anymore. Like I just would rather get to that.
Yeah.
And not care. But it's just like the more aware you are of your thought patterns, the more you can change them. So it's just like the first step to anything is being aware of like what you're doing. Because if you're not aware of what you're doing, you're going to keep doing the same thing and you're going to be so oblivious and think there's nothing wrong. So it's like
bounce between things trying to figure out like,
well, it will always keep coming up some way to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, I think prep really taught, that was my lesson to like get your shit together, I think. And that was like the lesson I had to go through a prep to do that. But like, I don't think I would have learnt any other way because I had such a big ego around like the wellness side. I was like, it's such a bunch of bullshit. Like it's not real. But like, it was the thing that was holding me back. And when I dropped that and I was like, no, like I need to start doing this, it kind of like softened me a bit.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And
well, what were you like?
I just thought meditating and doing all that stuff was not, it was just like a bunch of bullshit. I didn't think it was real. And I think not everyone, but a lot of people before they start going into that space, they don't think it is going to help them either, especially women who are so go. Like right now, I'm in a different season of life than what I was like a year ago. So it's just like, yes, I got my period, but like life was a lot easier back then. You know what I mean? Like I was like less stressed back then, but now I've got like jobs and all that stuff. So it's like now how can I maintain my health right now to suit my lifestyle right now? So it's like adjusting certain things to fit my certain lifestyle.
Whereas before it was just all about how do I look?
Yeah.
So that was your whole life.
It was, and then like going out to eat, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. So everything you did in your life was just tailored around like, how do I look? How do I look? It doesn't matter if I don't have a period. It doesn't matter if my health isn't good. It's just, how do I look?
Yeah. I was just like, I don't have a period. It's great. But you don't realize like how that affects you long term.
Yeah. So it's like a lot. Yeah. I mean, I do the same thing. I don't know. I wouldn't say like, I'd say I don't tie myself to how I look anymore. After prep, it kind of broke that ego quite a bit for me.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to not when you're whole like 7 months, you're sending check-in photos of how you look. Oh, you're not lean enough.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have at least something or some few things that they tie their identity to that makes them feel worthy enough. And if you take that away, that thing, then they feel like they're nothing. Yeah,
but then it's like rediscovering like why you feel that way. Like who are you without that?
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's what I had to learn about. Like who am I actually without all this stuff? And that's where like you have to be aware of all your not all your thought patterns, but being aware of things that you want to change, because your brain can change. Like your brain is not hardwired. Your brain has like paths, like roads in your brain, and that you can break the path and go to a different one. That's the easiest way I can explain it.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Like changing like your identity.
So that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's like little roads in your brain. And if you keep going on the same road, it feeds the same pattern.
So it feeds the same thought.
Yeah, and then if you change the thought, it like goes off course, but it comes back. So it's like that's why it's being aware and like catching it when it goes back onto the other path.
I don't know. I think as humans, like a lot of issues and a lot of problems that we face, it all ties back to one thing, and it's insecurity. I think everything kind of ties back to that. So people will tie their worth to how they look because of insecurity, or they'll tie their worth to how they perform because of insecurity. And it always comes back to, like I said, insecurity. So you're tying your worth to how you look because you're insecure that if you didn't look good enough, that you're not worth anything. Or you tie your worth to how fast you run because if you didn't run fast, then who are you? You know what I mean? That's why people do it, and they're insecure about being nothing without that thing. So like you being like lean and being shredded, right? Like fucking like bodybuilder, you'll tie your worth to how you look because you are like, well, who is the old Malia that didn't have this? Who is she? I don't want to be her anymore. So I can't be like that. I want to be like this. If you don't want to be like your old self. So you're tying how you look and everything to how you feel. If you feel like you look good in that day, then you feel like I'm hell good, like I'm worth it, I'm good, I'm amazing. And if you run a good time or you hit a PR in the gym, then you feel good because you feel like you earned it to feel good. And I think it all comes down to insecurity. It's always insecurity, like always. People, and me included, like we're insecure of being perceived or we're insecure of not achieving something. So we have to tie our worth and our identity into achieving something or looking like a certain way.
Yeah.
Or performing a certain way. So it's finding why you feel maybe like lost after goals. Like, what is it? Why do you feel lost? You feel like you don't know
who are you without it?
Yeah, like you need to find out who you are without the goal, and that you need to make sure that you know that you're still just as good as a person if you hit like, I don't know, 130 on the bench press or you hit 110.
Yeah.
Like you're not you're not a better person just because you hit 130. Like numbers and goals and like a track record doesn't define who you are. Like you as a person.
Yeah.
And your worth on this like planet. If you tie everything like of your worth to how you look and how you are, then you're constantly going to have that battle with yourself because you're never going to look good enough. There's no such thing as good enough for you, because what you're actually chasing is to feel secure in your body. You're not chasing a look. You're actually chasing, I want to feel secure. That's what you want to chase.
Well, you want to finally feel good enough.
Yeah. So you're chasing that. You're not actually chasing looking better or this and that. You just think that that's what you're chasing, and you think that that's what will make you feel better. You think one day you're going to wake up and the whole world is going to be amazing and you're just going to look the best you ever looked and it's never going to be any different. Or you think...
Or you're not going to have any problems anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that's why like that pressure to perform, and when you achieve it, you'd feel disconnected because you think, now what? Because you have no self-connection to yourself. Yeah, it's just being connected to yourself and doing things for yourself, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to you and how you think of yourself.
Like Malia said, which is a good way, is to like focus on just doing the right things daily and like try
the basic shit.
Have gratitude for like being able and being like and showing up that day and putting 100% in that day, not just focusing on the end goal. Like,
yeah, but like not just for the goal, like also for yourself as well.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So to basically wrap it up, do something for yourself and not just always putting pressure on yourself to perform and do things based on achievements, and redefine who you are without the performing, and be okay with yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're not okay with yourself,
no goal is going to fix that.
Yeah.
And you got to find happiness in the day to day, not in the
not just
end
in
result.
the grind. Hustle.
Okay.
Hustle bustle.
Because there's nothing that you achieve that gives you that. And that's why I think a lot of celebrities fucking go downhill, eh?
Because they're just like so depressed.
And they think that
actually depressed.
Like, oh, next.
That's why they're all dead at like 40.
Yeah, because they think achieving a Grammy is going to fucking change their life. But then in reality, it's like they're still the same person. They still wake up, they still eat, and they still go to bed, and they still do the same shit as everyone else. So that is why achieving a goal is not going to fix all your problems. It's about fixing your relationship with yourself.
Yep, that's it.
That's it. And Moo's going to finish it off.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for listening to the Emotion Podcast. Hopefully you like this one. We'll see you next time. Bye.